Hey, what's going on, everybody? The Frugal Travel Guru here, also known as the Greyhound Guru. And in this video, I just wanted to show off the typical types of luggage I travel with. Gotten some questions about this, and I've talked about kind of, different types of luggage in videos before, but I never actually showed the type of luggage I travel with. So I just wanted to show that off real quick, go a little more in depth about some things about carry-on and check bags, things like that. So first, if you've watched some of my other videos, you know that I highly recommend backpacks as carry-on luggage. They're just a lot more versatile in a suitcase. If you are getting up, depending on how bad the bus you're on is, if you're getting up to go to the bathroom, you can take it with you. When you get off the bus at food stops and restroom breaks, you can take it with you, just sling it on your back. It's no big deal. They're just real easy to take on and off with you, as opposed to a suitcase as a carry-on. You're really not going to want to be lugging it, in stores and things like that. So I highly recommend a backpack. Also because too, things like here on the side, you have cup holders, and you can have little compartments for all kind of other goodies like snacks. Like I got a little emergency honey bun right there. So I highly recommend a backpack. Now this one here is the name brand is Outdoor Products. It's the one that Walmart sells for a lot of their kind of outdoor hiking gear. It's a 30 liter backpack, and I've had this for a year plus. It's done great by me, actually done better than I thought it would, because it's just a little Walmart deal, 25, 30 bucks. I just picked it up kind of in a hurry one day because I was going on a trip. And it has worked out great. I've had no problems with it. It's got, like I showed you, the water holders on both sides. They can, the water bottle holders, excuse me, they can hold some pretty big water bottles. I've had, sodas in there, it'll hold anything you need it to hold when it comes to liquids, because I highly recommend having some sort of bottled water with you, or soda, or whatever you drink, non-alcoholic, on the bus so you don't get thirsty. Also has 3 other compartments, and it expands out pretty big. Like I probably have it 2/3 full right now. I could get more stuff in there, and it would fit a lot more stuff. And even with it fully packed out to the gills, it will typically still fit in the overhead bin on the bus. Maybe not under the seat comfortably, but it will still fit in the overhead bin. The way it is now, it will probably still fit under the seat if I needed it to. But a lot of times, instead of shoving it under the seat, I'll just put it on the floor in front of me and kind of put my feet around it. But it works great as a carry-on, and you won't have to worry about having any issues getting it in the overhead bin. Another thing I recommend, and you'll see on here, I'm always saying about Luggage Locks. I like this backpack because it's got the 2 zippers. They come together. You can just put your lock right in there and lock it. That's if you have a compartment with something in it that, is kind of sensitive. Maybe if in this back compartment you've got a laptop or your camera or something else you're traveling with, go ahead and lock it. The reason for this being is backpacks go typically on your back, and people can come up behind you sometimes, especially when you're in a line. People are bumping and jostling, or if you're in a crowd, people can come behind you, unzip your backpack, pull stuff out. You probably never know it. That's one of the drawbacks of traveling with a backpack. So I usually lock any compartment I have in my backpack that has anything sensitive in it or anything expensive. That way, short of someone, wrestling the whole backpack away from me, I know nobody's going in there without my knowledge. So that's the backpack I usually travel with. And this here is the checked bag I'm traveling with. The cool thing about this bag, though, it actually can be a carry-on. It's actually a standard carry-on size suitcase. But this bag here, if you see this area right here, there's actually a zipper that comes around, and you can press the bag down and zip that up. And when this bag, I've got it super packed now, but when the bag isn't packed, all this here condenses down, and it will turn into a carry-on bag. But typically, I'll go ahead and put enough stuff in it that it won't fit, and then it's going to be a checked bag. But I like the fact, excuse me, that I kind of have the option. If I'm not traveling real heavy, I can take I have took this backpack and this bag on the bus. Both of them as carry-ons, and didn't have any issues. But if it is big like it is now, I'll just go ahead and check it. That way I don't have to worry about trying to jam it into the overhead bin. There are different types of overhead bins on Greyhound buses. Some of them have the kind of wide open overhead bins, and almost kind of pretty much any decent sized bag will fit in there. Then some of them have the ones that have the little cords kind of running along the front of them, and that you have to kind of hold down to put your bag in. And sometimes with a bag like this, you can have trouble. If it's a little bit, if it's not just like a straight up standard carry-on, you might have a little trouble. But when you're looking for, a suitcase for traveling, if you don't want to go all out and get like one of those huge ones, I recommend just trying to, get a standard carry-on size, and it'll say on there, carry-on size suitcase, and then see if it has like that expanding feature, because that works out well. This one also has the wheels that I can use when I don't feel like carrying it, and it's got the handle. I'll go ahead and show it to you. The handle that extends pretty far up, which I really like because I'm a tall guy. So a lot of the suitcases, they have handles that extend up, but not tall enough for me. So I end up like having to bend halfway over, and I'm like quasi-motoing it through the bus station or the airport or whatever. This one too here, this one I really like because it's designed for luggage locks. So when the zippers come together, there's a little area right there where you can go ahead and put the luggage locks. Once again, I definitely recommend locking any bags you're going to check, because there might, even on Greyhound, be times when your bag is out of your sight. Sometimes they'll switch your bags over for you from one bus to another, and you really don't know what's happening to your luggage during that time. If you don't have locks on your luggage, people can go through it. Next time you see it, the bag looks okay. You might not realize until you get, to your destination or a couple hours down the street, when you get to check your bag more thoroughly, that something's missing. So I always put luggage locks on, especially the big compartment where my expensive stuff, if I have any, might be. Typically, I'm just traveling with clothes in my check bag or whatever, and so I don't have a lot of clothes, so they'd be mad if they went through my bags. They wouldn't get much, but lock it up so no one's been in it. And if someone does somehow cut through and get in there, as soon as you see your bag, you'll know. So lock it up. And here's one more thing I recommend. I've talked about this in other videos. Real simple, just a little CVS bag. I put that on the handle of my bag so I can recognize my bag rather quickly when I'm getting my bag from under the bus, or when it gets on the bus. I can look in the luggage compartment under the bus, and I can kind of see where my bag is at. That gives me kind of an idea of where it's going to be when I get off the bus to claim it. Just allows me to keep an eye on my bag a lot easier than if I didn't have that, because this is a standard kind of color, blue, for a suitcase. Also, sometimes I don't have any tape with me now, or I would have. Sometimes I'll put tape. I'll tape like some white paper right here, or just something crazy or funky, or sometimes on the side, just so that from any angle I can kind of recognize my bag. Like I said, I don't have any tape today, so can't do that. But just put something on your bag so you can recognize it, because a lot of people have the same bag, and you don't want to assume that a bag is yours, and actually it turns out your bag is like left somewhere. So yeah, these are just some of the bags, two of the bags I typically travel with. Works out great. This one, just in case you're interested, is a Coleman. I think I got that from Walmart too. So when it comes to luggage, I personally don't think you have to go like super name brand and buy, these expensive bags. Go to Walmart, just find your little bag, go to a yard sale, find somebody's used luggage. I travel a lot, as y'all kind of know, and I've had these bags I think I've had this one for about 2 years, maybe going now. Haven't had any problems. So yeah, just wanted to show off the bags I use when I'm riding the bus. Hope this was helpful. If you have any other questions about luggage on the bus, on a plane, things like that, or on the train, let me know, and I will try to answer those questions for you to the best of my knowledge. Thanks for watching.